Good morning. Today, I'm going to talk to you about two very important personal finance myths that you have to avoid. These are very insidious. And the reason I bring it up is because they're pretty common in our culture today. The first is the idea that you don't necessarily need to take concrete action to get to your goals. Meaning, if you just put your intention out there in the world, it'll come back to you and it will manifest itself because of your desire. This is very popular, but it's also very wrong. And the reason why is because, you can put an intention out there, but there's something to be said for hard work too. If you don't actually make an effort, if you don't actually take action towards your goal, and by that I'm saying concrete steps towards your goal, the chances of it happening are not very good. I have a acquaintance who does save some money, and we've talked before, and he's asked me, hey, what do you think about this, or what do you think about that as far as investing? And I frequently will ask him, well, what's your goal? And to be honest with you, he doesn't really have a goal. He's like, well, I'm just going to save money and kind of see where I end up. So for those that have goals or have dreams, this is not a very good strategy because, if my acquaintance persists in his belief and his approach, he's going to get to the end of his life and be like, I kind of wish I accomplished more. I wish I'd been able to do more. I wonder why it didn't work out. And the reason why is because he didn't really have a plan that he executed. Keep this in mind. You have to have concrete actions that you're doing. You don't want to just have a dream. Oh, I'd love to be a millionaire, but I'll get to it at some point in the future. If you're serious about your action, or you're serious about your dream, you have to take action now. By that I'm saying, what are you going to do today? What are you going to do specifically today and tomorrow to get you a little bit closer to your goal? The second myth that I want to dispel is the idea that we should bootstrap our way through personal finance. This applies actually more than to just personal finance. It applies to everything. If there's an area of your life that you want to improve on, that you want to primarily invest in yourself, and that includes investing money, right? Spending money to educate yourself, to prepare yourself, to help yourself get to your goal. The idea that I'm just going to figure out how to do all this on my own and not invest any money in my education or in assistance, it's just really not a winning strategy because you're going to spend a lot of time trying to figure stuff out that a proper education or proper assistance is going to help you figure out much faster, right? It's going to shorten your learning curve tremendously. And as you get older, you're going to realize money isn't as important as time. Your time is actually a lot more valuable. That's the reason why the super wealthy spend money on things that we're like, why do you own a private jet? Or why do you always fly this way, first class? Or why do you always have a limo ready to pick you up? And we think it's very extravagant and extreme. But in many ways, it's actually very functional because it's getting them from point A to point B and minimizing the amount of time it takes because their time is very valuable. Keep this in mind. Don't settle for anything less than top-notch quality education when it comes to anything, specifically your personal finances. So you definitely want to take concrete action, and you also want to educate yourself and get help when you need it. Keep these two ideas in mind because the myths are we can bootstrap everything and figure it all out. We don't actually need to do anything. We'll just put our intention out there and it'll come back to us. These are popular, and for some people, they may work. But for the majority, they're myths. And we need to dispel them and make sure that you are on the right track to financial freedom. Please post a question or a comment. Send me a private message if you want to talk about it privately. I always enjoy reading your comments. And until next time, I wish you unlimited success.